to have a real garage. They're multiplying. We're still back in the basement, obviously. Baby's asleep right up there, so I have to be careful and be quiet. But hey, good news. An R1250 modification video, something that all 15,000 of you have been waiting desperately to see. What are we gonna be installing? Well, also, I love the GS when I'm working on it. I can watch Monday Night Football with some wine, and it's not a big deal, whereas on the beta, there's no place to put anything. So I have this, okay. Don't fall. The Carpuride W702BS. It's a Chinese thing shipped from China. And let's do a slight aside, and then install will probably be 2 or 3 minutes in. First of all, I guess I can't broadcast any. NFL has not expressly permitted me to broadcast this game, so I have to do this. So I have been very resistant of these motorcycle CarPlay units for a while. And actually, it was less about reliability and more about trust. I've since done some research and identified that these are dead dashboards. Like it's a terminal. If you're an old person like me, it's just a terminal. So your phone is the computer. Your phone is doing the communicating up to the cloud. This is just a local Wi-Fi / Bluetooth display, like a screencast display. It's not doing anything, but just displaying data from your phone or your bike. So privacy-wise, not a big deal. It's made in China. I don't think there's a lot of situations where I would be tracked. I mean, if you already pair your motorcycle to your phone and install the BMW app, you're giving your location data to BMW and TomTom. If you have one of these R-Links that I have down here, they store all my data in an AWS S3 bucket. That is pretty private, but could be hacked, I guess. For my location of where my bike goes, everywhere and where it's stored right now, they have that location because it's a 4G antenna in here. So there's that. Second of all, since I got the 1250 GSA, I started a tradition I kept going a tradition where I just have a Garmin here. My first 09 GSA was a TomTom, and then my 1200 GSA, I got a Garmin Zumo XT. That Garmin Zumo XT, which was using a Touratech mount, has since moved over to my Husky 701. So the Touratech mount's right there on the Husky, vertically oriented. And the XT2 is slow, unreliable. It reboots all the time. I'm not a fan of it. What I have here is called the adapter. It is a North Carolina person that made a custom 3D molding thing with a wiring harness that allows you to power an XT2 and still lock it to the crate. I'm not going to show that video. I've showed the video how to install that. I'm not going to show uninstalling it. Let's just take that step back there. I'm going to be replacing the XT2 with the Carpuride 702 bullshit, and that's going to go on my thing there. The XT2 is probably going to go to the 701. In a future video, when I review this, I'll talk about why I'm ditching the XT2 after years of touting how amazing it is for this. So we'll go into that in a separate video. This is just the install. Let's get into it. And we're gonna get into it after removing this, so it might be an hour. Well, we are back to OEM. I'm surprised that I had all the screws. So there's one issue that I think I might have. The backing plate of the lock right here is plastic, and I've screwed 3 different screw sizes into this that these will just spin in place now, and I can't Loctite them because it's plastic on the back end. And so I may need to purchase this one little locking piece right here, and then the hardware, the screw and nut combination that's OEM for this locking piece. Doesn't mean I can't start the install. That's actually a very cheap part, like less than 10 bucks. But just so you know, if I couldn't find it, this piece right here from BMW is $286 for this piece. The whole assembly is like $600. Obviously it doesn't cost them that, but that's what they charge. So if you remove this from your bike, don't lose it. But obviously I've routed the cable back down there, and it's plugged into, you can kind of see it. That's the OEM cable back to the OEM harness, where it used to be. I was installing the adapter cable in there. All right, let's get back to it. So here's the unit. I got the 7-inch version to the 5-inch version. If you're a BMW MOA member, these are being sold for like, I think it was $239 I paid. There's no hardware. Do I just install this? Is it literally just plug and play? I've done no research, but here it is. So this is a 7-inch screen. You can compare it to my Zumo XT2, which I believe is a 6-inch screen. So here's the Zumo XT2 side by side. And then if you compare it with my Zumo XT1, that's even smaller. Here it is next to the Zumo XT1, which I think is a 4.7-inch or 5-inch screen. 5-inch and then 6 inches. Now this is 7. They have a 5-inch version of this, but for the price that the MOA members get, I think it's MOA member discounts. If you Google that, you can get the discount. I think you need to be a member, but I actually don't know. You must have the original navigation base. Install the device to the BMW motorcycle original navigation base. The installation is complete. That's funny. All right, on here we have on the side a power button as well as a micro SD port. Some other. We are installed now. It's my favorite place to take videos. So this is the R1250GS Adventure. As you can see here, you have my serial number. You see how it mounts into the dock there. And if you look at how it looks from my angle, so this is my inseam right here. So you can see TFT straight down in this at this angle. So they're both basically facing up at the same angle. You can loosen up the nuts, or you can just use your arms and you can adjust angle this if you'd like to, if you need to. So power button wakes right up. You can see how everything looks from right here. There's the TFT. This, you'll notice if you hold down the menu up button, this will switch to nav, and now you have the ability to control everything here. So using the Wonder Wheel, I can hit next to the right, the left. I can hit menu up. It's changing songs right now. So left and right, it goes through these menus. You'll notice too, this is very slow to respond because I'm recording video while I'm doing this, which I guess is making it pretty weak. So I guess I should record with my backup phone, but essentially you can see as I turn the Wonder Wheel, it goes through the menu items. If I click right, that'll open that app, and then I can scroll down to the list, and then hitting right again will start hitting play. I can go back to the left like this. So everything basically works. But please ignore the slowness there. That slowness you're seeing is because I'm recording with my phone while I'm also using CarPlay. So it's just very, very, very sluggish. Now on the Wonder Wheel, if I press down on this menu, hold this down, it'll change from TFT or nav to TFT, and now I'm controlling the TFT. This is just like it would be if you have a BMW connected nav 5, 6, or a new connected item. Hold this down again to go back to nav. That doesn't mean that you can't also physically click on things. And it's very, very, very responsive. I take my word for it. I'm recording with a phone right now. So my favorite apps is On the Way for weather, Long Play for music. You have Gaia, you have OnX Hunt. NPS works through here as well. AAA works, Road Trippers, Rever, Carrot Weather, Instapaper for reading things aloud to me. TomTom works here, as well as the MLB app and NFL apps. So a lot of cool CarPlay apps are available here. Now you'll notice there's an icon that's new, which is this car home. This takes you to the main menu of the system, so outside of CarPlay, where you can access things in the SD card, bike data, access settings, and such from here. So all that's available outside of the CarPlay app. And you have a nice stuff here. You have outside temperature, time, trip meter, odometer, all this stuff displays. You have your tire pressure as well in the main thing here, which works without CarPlay. You don't need, also your gear shift indicator is there. So a little intro to this unit, and it works pretty well, I'd say. CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm about to listen to some music and riding around, but you can see how it looks on the bike. It's definitely not, I have a matte TFT protector on here. I might get a matte 7-inch protector for this thing, but it works well. If I turn the bike off, it's just like the nav 5, nav 6. After the few seconds, it'll shut down. Let it shut down. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe.